Hello, everyone. Glad you're joining us. My name is Nancy Forrester. I'm the CEO of the National EFT Training Institute, NeftTI.com. And I'm thrilled to be here with Dea Sejko, who is an emotional wellness mentor for youth. She works with young people and teenagers who are experiencing different versions of emotional distress in their life. Maybe it's anxiety, maybe it's a sense of being out of control or lost or all alone, low self-esteem. And she really works together with them to empower them, to feel in charge of their lives, and to really create a sense of well-being and freedom for them. Thanks so much, Dea, for being here today.
Thanks for having me, Nancy.
And I really appreciate your willingness to talk a little bit about what your life was like in high school and to share some of the things that really helped you come through that time. So what was it like for you in high school?
Well, high school is an interesting time. It's really the place between childhood and adulthood. You're being asked to make more decisions at that time and you have more responsibilities, but at the same time, you don't have the life experience to be making these decisions and the self-awareness yet. You haven't figured out yourself yet. You're in the process. At the same time, you're being told by, parents and teachers and images of who you should be. You're being told how to act, what to look like, what your friends should be, how you should be feeling. And in all of this, you lose yourself, which is what happened to me. And in losing yourself and comparing yourself to others, you end up feeling self-doubt, low self-esteem, feeling like you're out of control and you have, no say in what's happening. And that gives you a lot of anxiety and just this overall feeling of being lost.
Being lost, exactly. So what were some of the things that you tried when that was what life was like for you?
So the first thing that probably most people do is you try to ignore it at first, right? So if I don't, pay attention to it, it'll go away. Then that leads to keeping busy and distractions, again, that's another form of ignoring. And then you take other people's advice that most likely for me anyway, it was push through it, just it is what it is, push through it, it'll get better later. But for now, just hold on. And then the second last thing that I tried is, getting the advice, and the guidance of doctors and therapists and seeing what they had to say about it.
Yeah. So then what happened? When did things start to turn around and what was really helpful for you?
After all of this, I started to realize that the answers I was looking for were not outside of me. There was nobody that would tell me, do this and you'll like everything will be better. So I started to invest all of that energy inwardly. I started to give a lot of my attention to self-awareness and what was it that was making me tick and making me feel all of these things. The most important thing that I did, I think, is that I separated who I thought I should be and what was expected of me from who I wanted to be. And the work was really in figuring that out. I came across EFT, which then we embarked on a journey together with that. But EFT was a very helpful tool for me because it helped me untangle all of those parts of me that were meshed together. Like I was removing the self-doubt, I was removing the anger, I was realizing the source of all of these things and opening up space so that I could replace it with happiness and empowerment and feeling in control and feeling like I understood who I was.
Oh, wow. So well said. Thank you. And I know I've had the joy of being your mentor at NeftTI and watching you blossom and grow. So tell us a bit about what it was like for you to be working with me and the National EFT Training Institute.
Right. I joined NeftTI before really knowing I wanted to make a career out of energy psychology and working with youth. At the time, I just wanted to learn what more I could do for myself. I had had such a beautiful experience with EFT, and I was seeing a lot of changes in myself. And I wanted to see how much deeper I could go with this. So, but when I did join NeftTI, I realized that it was giving me the right credentials and the support and the professionalism that I would need to turn the experience I had had into a passion and for helping others, and then eventually a helpful business. The missing pieces were in place, and finally the light bulb went off. I received the support, that anybody would need going through that experience. You're constantly surrounded at NeftTI with people who are doing the same thing as you are, and you're learning from each other so much. But the most important thing for me, I think, was the one-on-one piece that I had with you, as I was learning to mentor youth. Obviously I had a lot of questions, and not everybody goes through things the same way, and you always need someone who has more experience than you, who can guide you, and while you're helping others. And that's what I received from you and from NeftTI, which was priceless to me.
Yeah, absolutely. I love hearing you talk about the importance of the relationship, and just having someone who's there to accept you as you are, and to just walk with you and not try to tell you who you are, but to help you discover that.
That's right.
Such a powerful relationship.
And that in turn became what I do with youth as well. It the sessions that I have with them turn into this conversation that they have with themselves, where I'm holding the place and I'm facilitating, the healing that's going on, but they're the ones who figure out who they are, and it's a safe place to do so.
Yes, absolutely. And they're just so lucky to have you as a mentor, someone who's been there, who's had the experience, who's had all of the same feelings as they do, and has found ways to come through that, and then is able to hold that space for other people. So thank you so much for the work that you do. So
thanks for getting me there.
Our mutual admiration society here, I think, Dave.
That's right.
So what is, finally, what is the message that you would like to share with teenagers who might be having a similar kind of experience? What would you say to them?
It's really two things, and these are the two things that I wish somebody would have said to me at the time. One is that you are not the experiences that you're going through. You're not. This is just something that's happening to you at the time. So whatever has happened to you before that got you here, that's just part of your life, but it's not who you are. You're going to get through this, and you're going to become stronger for it. And the other piece that really ties in with this is that you will not be stuck in this forever. When you're feeling those feelings of anxiety and feeling stuck, it feels like this will be the rest of your life. This is what it is for you and who you are. And that's not true. This will also pass, and this will become the ground that you stand on. It'll become your strength eventually. And you're so much loved, and there's so much love out there for you, and you have greatness in you, and you just, it just takes time to get there. That's all it is.
Oh, that's beautifully said. Thank you. If you'd like to talk to Dea and ask her about her experiences or how she may be able to help you, to contact her by email, you would use her email, deasejko@gmail.com, and I'll spell that for you. It's DeaSejko@gmail.com. And thank you, Dea, so much for sharing your experiences today. And as always, it's a pleasure being with you.
Thanks so much, Nancy.
All right, take care now. Bye-bye.
Bye.